Before New Horizons arrived, Pluto was often treated as a boundary marker rather than a destination. It defined the edge of the classical solar system, a faint object whose role was more symbolic than scientific. This perception influenced expectations. Pluto was assumed to be inert, a relic preserved by distance and cold. The encounter challenged that assumption at nearly every level. The spacecraft's approach revealed that Pluto's surface is not uniform, but organized into distinct regions with their own histories. Some areas appeared ancient, heavily cratered, and unchanged for billions of years. Others looked geologically young, shaped by processes that must have occurred long after Pluto's formation. This coexistence of old and new suggested a complex internal timeline. Sputnik Planitia, the western half of Pluto's heart-shaped feature, became a focal point of analysis. Its smoothness indicated active resurfacing. The nitrogen ice filling this basin is dense enough to sink into the crust, forming a gravitational anomaly. This anomaly may help explain why the basin sits almost exactly opposite Charon, hinting at deep structural interactions within Pluto. The basin's shape and location raise the possibility of an ancient impact. If a massive collision formed Sputnik Planitia, the heat generated could have weakened Pluto's interior, allowing ice to flow and reorganize. Over time, this region may have become a long-lived center of geological activity. The convection patterns observed in nitrogen ice were particularly revealing. They indicated that Pluto's surface is not static, but slowly circulating. These movements occur over timescales far longer than human history, yet they are fast enough to erase impact craters. Pluto's surface is quiet, but not still. The interaction between different types of ice adds further complexity. Nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide each respond differently to temperature and pressure. Their cycles of freezing and sublimation redistribute material across the surface, carving pits, ridges, and layered deposits. Pluto's landscape is shaped as much by chemistry as by mechanics. Pluto's atmosphere, though tenuous, plays an outsized role in this process. As Pluto moves closer to the Sun, surface ices vaporize, thickening the atmosphere. As it recedes, those gases freeze again. This slow breathing of the atmosphere reshapes the planet over orbital timescales measured in centuries. The haze layers detected by New Horizons revealed a surprisingly structured atmosphere. Multiple thin layers extended upward like stacked curtains. These layers form when sunlight triggers chemical reactions high above the surface, producing complex particles that slowly settle downward. These atmospheric particles are thought to be rich in organic compounds. Over time, they coat the surface, darkening some regions while leaving others bright. Pluto's color contrasts are a record of ongoing chemical evolution driven by sunlight, even at extreme distances. Temperature measurements added another layer to the story. Pluto's surface temperature varies significantly depending on composition and sunlight exposure. These variations influence which ices are stable in different regions, reinforcing patterns of accumulation and erosion. Charon's discoveries complemented Pluto's narrative. Its vast canyon system, stretching thousands of kilometers, suggested that Charon's crust fractured as its interior cooled and expanded. This process mirrors, on a smaller scale, tectonic features seen on larger icy moons. Charon's smoother plains appeared younger than surrounding terrain, implying episodes of resurfacing. The mechanism remains debated, but cryovolcanism, involving the flow of cold slurries rather than molten rock, is a leading possibility. The exchange of material between Pluto and Charon added a subtle but important dimension. Escaping gases from Pluto's atmosphere may freeze onto Charon's poles, where radiation alters their chemistry. This slow transfer binds the two bodies into a shared environmental system. Pluto's smaller moons provided insight into the system's formation. Their chaotic rotations suggest they formed from debris after a major collision rather than from gradual accumulation. This violent origin story contrasts with the calm appearance of the system today. Taken together, these findings forced a reassessment of the Kuiper Belt as a whole. If Pluto is active, diverse, and complex, then many other Kuiper Belt objects may be as well. The outer solar system is not a graveyard of frozen remnants, but a population of worlds with rich histories. This realization expanded planetary science outward. Models of thermal evolution had to be adjusted to account for small bodies retaining heat longer than expected. Composition, insulation by ice, and internal structure emerged as critical factors. Pluto's potential subsurface ocean became a topic of serious investigation. While direct evidence remains elusive, indirect clues suggest that liquid water may have existed or may still exist beneath the ice shell. If so, it would challenge assumptions about where oceans can persist. The flyby also highlighted the limitations of brief encounters. New Horizons provided a snapshot, not a full biography. Many regions were imaged only once, and some only at low resolution. Pluto revealed enough to raise questions that cannot yet be answered. Yet even this partial view reshaped scientific priorities. Future missions to the Kuiper Belt are now framed with Pluto's complexity in mind. The bar for what counts as an interesting target has been permanently raised. Pluto's reclassification as a dwarf planet often overshadows its scientific importance. In reality, the data returned by New Horizons elevated Pluto's status as a key object for understanding planetary processes at small scales. Pluto demonstrated that planetary activity does not require proximity to the sun. Energy can come from internal heat, chemical cycles, and slow but persistent interactions between surface and atmosphere. The discovery also carried a philosophical weight. Pluto reminded scientists that labels do not define significance. A world's value lies in what it can teach, not in where it falls within a category. In the years since the flyby, Pluto has continued to reveal itself through analysis rather than observation. Each re-examination of the data uncovers new details, new interpretations, and new uncertainties. Pluto is no longer just the edge of the map. It is a reference point, a benchmark for understanding distant icy worlds. Its story connects the inner solar system to the vast population beyond Neptune. What NASA found on Pluto was not a conclusion, but a beginning. It opened a chapter of exploration that extends far beyond one world. Pluto stands as evidence that exploration rewards patience. Decades of speculation gave way to moments of clarity, followed by years of interpretation. At the edge of sunlight, Pluto showed that complexity is not confined to familiar places. Even the most distant worlds can surprise, adapt, and endure. In revealing Pluto's true nature, NASA did more than explore a planet. It expanded humanity's sense of where discovery can occur. Pluto remains far away, but it is no longer remote. Its landscapes now exist in the human imagination, grounded in data and shaped by curiosity. What NASA found on Pluto was a world alive with process, history, and unanswered questions. And in those questions lies the promise of future exploration.